You are now listening to T on One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you Inspire Our Podcast, your source for positive mental stimulation and good vibes, uplifting the world in support of peace, strength, wisdom, and faith. The information and resources on this podcast are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. Welcome, I am your host, Tony Williams. Hi guys and ladies, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Inspire Our Podcast. Today we are discussing effective decision making. Yes, I know, you probably figure, okay, this is a no-brainer, this is like some common sense, but as I say, sometimes common sense isn't all that common. And talking about this today, we could help a lot of people and ourselves and the generation to come with this one. So I want to inspire everyone to just stop and take a minute and think about effective decision making. Just think about where you are right now and say, okay, how effective was my decision making to get me to where I am at this moment, right here, right now? So why is it so important? Well, it's because personal decisions shape our personal lives as well as our business lives. And true enough, yeah, you do have to kind of trust the process to be willing to go through with it. If not, because it's like everything else. If you don't trust it, you won't do it. So, decision making. We've pretty much kind of flown through life, not even considering or taking the time to think about the many decisions that we've really made, or the ones that we didn't make that we should maybe have made. So we're going to go over that process today. Is it effective? Has it been effective for you? I definitely appreciate feedback, so let me know how you all feel about this topic. What do you think about this topic? And give me your input. I'm all for it. So here we go. Like I said, number one is trust the process. Trust yourself to do right by you. That's first and foremost. So learn the process. Take the time to do it. We have to crawl before we could ever walk, let alone talk. It's the basics where we must start. So, everybody's got to learn the process. It is the same with any other process we go through. In everything that we do, there truly is a learning process. So, this is the process. Recognize the need for a decision. Like I said, oftentimes we're just running around basically almost like chickens with our heads cut off. The rat race, the grind, trying to get it in. Whatever it is we're doing, it may not have recognized some of the moments that we really needed to maybe recognize the need for a decision. Is this good for me? Do I need this? How does this help me? That's all in recognizing the need for a decision. Understand your choices. So first you want to know, what are your choices? And you find that out. What is the difference between the choices? And which ones are right or not right for me? What are the consequences, if any? And from there, you get your negative or positive answer. And whichever one it is, you can handle it. You can deal with it. So next is understanding external forces. These are like the people around us, co-workers and so forth. And you really do have to understand those external forces. How are those around me affecting my decision making? Are the effects helpful or damaging? And that's one that you really have to take into consideration. It's very important. The next one is perform a cost-benefit analysis. Yes, a cost-benefit analysis. Because like I said, every decision, it not only affects your personal, but your business life as well. Is this going to benefit me in the short or long term? And how much? Is it worth it financially? You always want to weigh the pros and the cons. And that's just simply making a list of the pros and cons and listing the good and the bad and checking what your results are. Is this good or bad for me to do? And from there, you can make or practice making a great decision. So practice making decision skills. This is like everyday little things that you can do. Practice by using this list to make a few new decisions and see how it falls into place for you, or see how it didn't. Notice what it changed. Now, this can be anything from dating choices to new jobs, new friendships, and or even whether or not to take a vacation. Hell, it could also be used for simply picking what's for dinner and see how it rolls out for you. That's how you practice making decisions. And again, I must stress this, you have to trust the process. Trusting the process is you trusting you to do what is right for you. Especially when you have children, you have to make good decisions for them as well. That's a whole nother human being that you're responsible for. Or even if it's the elderly, your elders, same difference. So trusting in the process is you trusting to do what is right for you. It's recognizing the issue, gather the information on it, list the alternatives, make the decision, manage your implementation of it, and see the results, all by using intuitive logic. Trust the process. Use your decision-making skills in everyday life. Effective decision-making is a process that everyone must learn and use. And yes, as we go through our lives, sometimes things happen. External forces making you choose something you normally wouldn't choose, or being pushed to try something different or do something. It all goes together. When we can make effective decisions, we could possibly live in a much better and more comfortable world. Less wars, less violence, less bigotry. Just rid ourselves of all the negative things if everyone used effective decision making. It is important. It does affect not only your personal decisions and your personal lives, but your business as well. So trust the process. It's you helping you and possibly helping others around you too. Here is this week's affirmation. I am now comfortable with a high level of uncertainty in my life, knowing that without great risks, there are no great rewards. This has been your weekly affirmation. What you say to yourself does matter. Quote for the week. Refuse to be defined by someone else's vision of what is possible. quote for the week. Effective decision making. Trust the process. Learn the process. The process is recognize the need for a decision, understand your choices, understand external forces, perform a cost-benefit analysis, weigh the pros and cons, practice decision-making skills. Once again, trust the process. Only tend to the things that you can do something about. Don't stress about the rest. You have been listening to Inspire Our Podcast by TO1 Radio, the talk show podcast station. Know that you are loved, cherished, and needed. So keep your head up and your heart light. Until the next time, have a blessed and productive week. I've been your host, Tony Williams.